2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 3 Code S Reversal.
Ooh, we got some 80s music playing. This is some Dr. Disrespect music here. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's when I'm from.
I'm from 1984. Which 80s are you from?
83.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My 80s is a book, too. Did you know that? 1984?
Oh, that's true.
But it's not about me.
I think it is about
It's about
you.
a dystopian future.
Yeah,
Maybe that is me.
Yeah, that is you. You're the most dystopian future I can come up with. I like just describe your entirety to someone without talking about your career, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wow, yeah, no. What happened to him? Like, oh, he's very successful, actually, as a video game commentator. And they're like, what?
Oh, my God, the game's already loading up. Our map lineup, Thunderbird, Acropolis, and Winter's Gate if we go to Game 3. But Game 1 is ready. Let's go. Cure vs. TY. We're almost to 4,000.
11 matches away.
I know you guys have been counting on your
Jin Air
GSL.
Green Wings. Cure.
On your GSL advent calendars. Every day you open up a little one. Oh, this one's got candy in it today. We're almost to the 4,000 number.
Actually,
This one's got
round
a
of 8
little
day
bell.
1.
What?
Splice. TY.
Round of 8 day 1, we'll hit it.
And then what happens?
We just keep
The
going
world
on.
ends, right?
Not at 4,000.
The world ends, right? At 4,000.
At 9,001 tasteless.
It's in the Bible, Artosis.
That's the number we're looking for. It's 9,001
Oh, we want to go to 9,000?
and
then-
1.
Oh, because when it gets to 9,000, we could go like this. We can go, we're about to go over 9,000.
Exactly.
And then we can all look at each other and go, was it really worth it? Was it?
Our lives are a lie.
Yeah. Then we look at each other. We say, we don't know how to be happy. We just walk away from this whole thing.
Look at that. 1 in 10 cure against TY. 1 in 10
Wow.
tasteless.
Okay, that's actually a much bigger disparity than I thought.
Yeah. Well, this is, I was kind of saying, I felt like TY would probably just take it. I think TY is the best TVTer out there.
What about Maru?
Yeah, what about
What
him?
about innovation? But he beat
What's
him
going
in
on,
the
guys?
best of 7.
Thanks for coming down.
Beat him in the best of 7 GSL finals.
I still count that as a TY victory.
What
That's
about
why.
innovation?
What about
What about his
innovation?
play? He's a good Terran, too. He's a
Yeah.
good Terran. What about his play? You can't ignore his play.
Yeah, that's true.
I love
That's
seeing
what people who-
all the
people
stupid
who-
stuff people write on Reddit. Just like say it in a dumb voice just to kind of capture.
I love it. Well, anyone who disagrees with me has a dumb voice. Anyone who disagrees
you
with me?
talk like this.
Yeah, haven't you ever heard No Regret speak? I mean, geez. Case in point.
But I don't respect Hero Eat Cheeses too much. No one makes Ultra Discs.
Okay.
They're not even good units.
All right, looks like
What about his play? Really, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, for sure. I'm more of a Cure fanboy myself.
Okay. TY.
so TY
Pro
is going
gamer.
for triple CC.
Pro gamer turned caster, but so good he has to keep pro gaming in his own tournament that he casts. We've been outdone, Artosis.
He is amazing, TY.
Next, we're going to play him in Scrabble. He'll beat us, even though we're doing it in English. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, that was a sick death.
That was a cool special effect death there. Now, the fact that Cure is so brazenly making that CC out there is pretty exciting. This is...
I think he's scouted enough.
He knows he's safe.
Yeah.
He's going to get that third base up right away, though.
It's so hard to
Atlantis.
attack each other across this map because it is a very long way, and
Well,
then
you
you
only
have to go
have
up a ramp.
1 point to defend, yeah. Makes it much easier. This is one of these maps that really incentivizes the players to try to macro as much as possible.
Yeah, it's a map where you probably should be greedy, and we definitely see that from TY getting his triple command like immediately. But, you know, Kier's not that far behind. And as you said, he's making it on location, which does make quite a big difference, which is why people try that. it's time to make the Ravens. Very important part of TBT. I loved watching some of those highlight videos we had during the commercials, seeing just how many interference matrix were really going on.
Wow, that was satisfying. They all went different directions.
Yeah, they did.
Like synchronized swimming. Except no water, no swimming.
But then they came back together.
Yeah, they did. Like synchronized swimming.
Yeah, or one of those like aerial displays where everyone jumps out of airplanes at the same time, and then they make like a flower and spin around before they pull out their chutes.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like what you and me do.
Yeah, except with our voices and in the computer games.
Yes. But it is similar. I'm glad that you see it as I see it.
No, we're definitely on the same page for this one. So yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit of mirroring going on. We have two players both double expanding same time. Ravens are coming out, although TY's Raven is a little bit quicker, a little bit handsomer, might I add.
Yeah, and TY is actually going into mech play, so that's kind of a big deal. Even though he's still making some Marines here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually hadn't noticed that. Good catch, Artosis. Okay, so we're actually going to go in completely different directions. Yeah. It was mirrored up until now.
It's probably mech play. I don't put it beyond TY to have some sort of weird build where he starts on 2 factory tank and adds in bio. He is one of the players that's most flexible with switching around between bio and mech in any matchup and making some weird builds like that, but I would assume that this is going to be mech from him. And of course, you know, a lot of times Raven timing attacks and stuff can be strong against something like mech, but I don't think in this game, because both players played very greedily, it's going to be a long time before a real attack can come.
So do you like this more overall for the mech player?
Yeah, I do.
Where does your mech bias come from, Artosis?
StarCraft 1.
So is that just it?
Well, I see the puny Marines, and I'm like, you think those
those Marines could be riding around in metal vehicles, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't a Marine get in a tank? Like, that doesn't even make
Or a
sense.
Goliath. I would love to be in a Goliath.
So this is... I'm glad that I put out that little caveat that it could be some sort of really weird thing from TY where he goes like 2 factory siege tank and then backs up into bio, because that is what he's doing, which is very strange. Very strange. I've never seen this build.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is within TY's character.
But I actually, this makes more and more sense as you look at it.
Yeah.
So you just get a bulk of tanks out.
Yeah, you get so many tanks.
And then you're going. Yeah. So you take a tank lead. So you're on this map. Yeah, you're really easy to take 3 bases, really easy to defend. So what he does is he just rushes into getting a lot of tanks, and then he's going to fill the bio in later on.
And if the scan even hits wrong, he could misread the situation.
What you guys are normally used to seeing is they just make a bunch of barracks and you have that bio tank play. But in this case, he's going to do the bio tank play, but just have a tank lead. Since the tanks are, in fact, much more important than the bio are.
Especially
not much
on a
more,
map
but
like this.
Yeah.
Like, you're just never going to break him.
TY is just the greatest human.
He's so intelligent. Okay. That's a lot of tanks to be looking at right now.
And I like what you were saying as well, Artos, is that this could actually mislead him into thinking that it's mech. I mean, even for us where we had all vision, we thought, okay, it's going to be mech play because we see the second factory. Really smart stuff.
TY definitely knows exactly what's going on, but I would say that Kier right now is unsure. I guess we just wait and see what he does here. I guess as soon as he sees a stem from TY, he'll definitely know. Good air lead, good tank lead from TY, getting that 4th command about the same time as Kier is. Kier now adding his 2nd factory. So these two are going to end up in a similar spot, but TY will have that siege tank lead, at least to begin.
And generally speaking, since TBT is such a positional matchup, although it's one of the more fluid positional matchups, you can usually tell who's going to take a dominating role with by just judging who has more tanks.
Yeah, and then of course things like unit movements, right? Because if you take a poor engagement, your tanks can just all be killed. So definitely something you have to look out for. TY though, I feel like TY has a slight edge in everything this game, right? He made quicker 3 command. He's going up to quicker 5 command. He went quicker into siege tanks, kind of realizing that that was something that could be done. The upgrades are actually similarly spaced. Although Kier has maybe a slight edge in that, it doesn't really matter because of the siege tank counts right now. So, yeah, it feels like TY is really, like he's got small edges everywhere due to just choices that he made build order-wise. Well, now we know where the sun is on this map, based on that shadow. It's behind.
If we had a sundial, we'd know what time it is on this planet as well.
Yeah. Well, truthfully, we don't know where this planet is, so, I mean, it could have multiple suns. Let's not forget.
That's true. It could have multiple suns. Oh, by the way, someone tweeted at me, I think Triton is the name of a moon on Neptune or Jupiter or something like that.
You're the name of a moon on Neptune.
I wish. Imagine the moon tasteless.
Yeah. Whoa, look at this move. Is that good?
I actually don't know. He lifts the CC to get the infantry over here. I think, though, that there's not enough tanks on the low ground to cover this. Am I wrong? Oh, I didn't see that they were disabled there as well.
Well, the Vikings are kind of going to town right now. I feel like TY should absolutely crush everything. Like, he's killed all the medevacs now. There's 2 siege tanks left. This was such a strange attack.
Well, it was just, it completely didn't work.
So now he's got a 7 siege tank lead, and Kira is trying to switch over into Sky Terran. Is what it looks like.
Kira has a second push coming out. Did Kira ever figure out what the build with the TY did was?
I think that it, not exactly like, he'll probably look at it later and be like, oh, that second factory is very quick. That's kind of interesting. And that's all there kind of is to it. But yeah, that attack definitely didn't do what he was looking for, I would say. I'm surprised he did. It feels very hard to attack each other right now.
Yeah.
And especially now with TY, how many siege tanks he has.
No, TY is totally impregnable right now.
Looking at 11 tanks against 5.
Yeah. Okay, now this is the moment that TY was waiting to build up to. He's going to take this tank lead, and he's going to try to push. But you can see Kira's already trying to sandbag the progress of this.
There's a lot of Marines for Kira, so TY still has to be careful. It's hard to push into even this smaller number of siege tanks. Of course, we see the air dominance is here for Kira as well. So yeah. He's got some things going for him. And with more starports now than TY, that definitely makes a difference as well. TY sending out some Liberators for some harassment. Oh, that's very annoying. Look at that.
Yeah. That's going to force him to really start micromanaging that area over here. I got to say, actually, Kira's really been in control of the map despite this tank lead. I guess, you know, TY's quote-unquote advantage kicks in a little bit later. But, you know, for now, he hasn't really made that much progress at all on the map here. We're finally seeing him get over close to where Kira's expansions are.
Well, I think TY still has the advantage. Like, you know, Kira did a push that wasn't very good, and then he kind of held on against a push that TY was trying to make, but now TY's just remaneuvered. Ooh. And TY's done some decent harassment with the Liberators in the meantime, so still feels pretty good for him, I think.
Looks like he tried to fake him into unsieging here.
I actually think he ran out of scans.
Oh, is that what happened?
I think that's exactly what that was.
Okay, it looks like TY is really itching on coming into this position. Now, he can actually pick up and just mass drop as well. With all the attention over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, here we go. He's going to do it. Oh, it scans. So, like, now what? He's going to have to unload and then wait for the scan to go away and then pick up and do it for real.
Kira's actually just about to have ranged Liberators here, which definitely can help. If you have more Vikings, then you can kind of just push your opponent's siege tanks around as you wish.
Okay, he's looking for the opening. There's only 2 tanks, at least that we can see here. He's going to come in, he's going to be able to snipe those, and then he might be able to actually set up a really strong position over here. Meanwhile, Kira is going to come in from behind with like 1,000,000 infantry. And I think TY is just going to lose this position entirely.
Yeah, I mean, the supply cap is 200, but you're right about the feel of it. That was a lot of Marines.
That was, yeah. That was like in Matrix 3 where all the Sentinels came together to make the face. AKA the greatest moment in cinema history.
I don't know. I like the albino twins. That was...
The two yeah. Albino guys with dreads that look like Elky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an Elky-Maynard hybrid there.
Yeah. The most dangerous hybrid of all, the Elky Maynard hybrid.
Ooh, look at this Kira move. Forces a couple cancels there. Love that. Just deny some mining time.
Even putting the 2 Marines behind the minerals. So good.
He's right.
Actually, you know, the real best part in the Matrix movies was when they had that rave in the cave. That was a moment where I'm sitting in the theater going, oh, it's going to be one of these kind of movies. I don't think this one's going to be better than the first one.
Surprise, surprise. So right now, Kier is kind of all over the place and doing a lot with his tiny army because, like, even though they both have a lot of army supply and Kier actually has more, it's a much bigger Marine count, I believe, right now for TY, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, coming in now, taking out some more of these tanks. TY is going to try to push in. Is this spot soft enough, though? Now, with the air dominance of the Vikings, you can easily spray these Vikings back and then try to get a better footing here with your tanks and Liberators.
Actually had that reverse. It's TY that has a very small Marine count, but the very high air count.
Yeah, he very quietly switched into air.
Yeah, look at this. The Vikings having a ton of value here. Great zoning with the siege tanks as well as the Liberators. Doesn't have many Marines, but doesn't need them either. And here comes Kier trying to flank from absolutely everywhere. This is a beautiful flank. I think he should be able to just break it.
Almost 360 degrees here.
Oh, but more TY Marines coming in.
But he's going to go ahead and collapse back. He wants to regroup. That angle he was coming in, he would certainly get squished.
Don't want to get squished.
TY is getting bigger and bigger here. This is sort of showing his tenacity, his ability to just basically outplay the player through the entire game. We're over 15 minutes now. And we're really seeing, at this point in time, TY, more workers, more supply, actually more bases. I mean, he's just taking this lead further and further here. And this was a game that looked to be, at least with Kier in control to start.
Well, TY continuing to keep that pressure on. Kier, I'm not sure what his plan is right now. He's just kind of like making some units. He doesn't really have anything out on the map.
Yeah, he didn't seem to set himself up as well for the late game. He's more running around trying to stop TY, who is now pushing everywhere.
That's what happens when you take those really early aggressive attacks.
Yeah, you're sort of, you putter out pretty fast.
Yeah, especially when your opponent was just slightly more greedy than you. That's like the worst case scenario. If your opponent is slightly more greedy and then you also start attacking a bunch, it's like, it doesn't work.
Okay. The small Marine counterattack up here tries to come in, doesn't really do much of anything.
Just like, oh, I need to talk, but there's nothing happening.
I know, I'm like, there's nothing to say.
It's fine. It's fine. There's
the game really slowed down.
It did for a moment. It's gonna pick up again very shortly.
You promise, Artosis?
I really do promise. Oh, Yamato on the way. So TY's getting ready for that possibility.
Whoa, that was like the most units ever hit, ever. Okay, here we go. Disabling on those two tanks. The infantry is going to come forward, but there is too much on the ground right now for Kier. TY backs up, still in control of the high ground.
Yeah, he'll hold on for now. Luckily for Kier, he has enough anti-air here to zone everything back from TY.
A scan here on those tanks and Marines.
Ooh,
he needs to move those right away. And again, Kier actually has more Vikings. Maybe not with the disable, now I'm not sure. Okay, no, he still has plenty.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see things like disabling Vikings, because then you're saying, oh, I wish I had Vikings instead of Ravens.
Ravens,
here, right?
yeah. We're seeing people get more and more creative with the disables, though.
Yeah.
It's really neat to see people actually map this out perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, Kier trying to come up here. Meanwhile, there's going to be an attack coming through the center right.
This is quite a quality game.
Yeah, this is a serious TVT here.
Yeah.
I like this. Just getting rid of the gas. That actually ends up becoming a lot. You have tanks and Vikings, the most important part of the game right now.
Seems like Kier, though, he's built up such a nice air army, and he's got more siege tanks than TY, too.
Yeah.
TY is getting into battle cruisers, though. TY actually the one running out of gas a little bit.
So,
yeah, it's a good push.
Yeah. He's unsieging. I don't know if this army is going to be big enough, though, here for TY to do anything. This is the problem.
It's definitely not big enough, that one.
Now, at this point in time, this army is sort of surrounded, but it is getting a lot of progress over here on these planetaries. So we're going to have a counterattack now from TY. He's going to push down here towards 6 o'clock. But, of course, the planetary being there, surrounded with SCVs, you can't really take a fight over there.
Oh, and that is just an awesome anti-armor missile. So TY taking over the air. He gave up the ground for a little bit, lost a base.
like the Vikings landing there. Okay, so TY just utterly, totally annihilates that army there.
Yeah, that was super well done.
Now, can this infantry do that much?
No.
You know, it's funny, if there's no... Wow, I guess BCs really are that good.
5 health.
Yeah. That thing
BCs
lands
are-
incorrectly, it breaks.
They're badass.
So we have Cure right now. His supply has plummeted to 140.
Yeah, and he has to go like basically only anti-air now. I don't expect to see even another siege tank created. He's got to go Marines and Vikings basically and see if he can somehow overwhelm, because this is a very heavy air army from TY. So TY has 2-1 on that air army. Oh, he's actually, yeah, okay, I was going to
I
say.
think we might be seeing a lot of tension at the bottom of the map here once he fends off this little attack from the Marines here by Cure.
Well, this is exactly the type of move that Cure needs to do. He needs to be mobile. He needs to run around the map a little bit with his Marines, see what he can pick off.
All right, here comes that first attack down at the bottom.
Yeah,
How many Vikings does Cure have now?
I don't think he has that many. I think he's relying a little bit heavier on Marines at the moment.
Well, now Terran knows what it's like to be Zerg.
Yeah, I guess he does.
He's like, wait, they can warp back?
He's like, wait a minute. Am I a bad person for how I play TVZ?
Was this what it was like all along for these Zerg players?
Oh my God.
I've discovered this thing called empathy, and now I feel compassion for my opponents.
Yeah.
So we have another much bigger push coming down here. And this is with the core army of TY as he continues to try to advance on this. Now, it looks like just in the nick of time, Cure was able to set up his siege tanks and block this out.
Mm-hmm. Still playing strongly positionally here. And he does have a very strong Viking count right now. But I think that TY just needs to kind of remedy that by maybe spending some of his other units running around, freeing up a little bit of supply and getting that air lead once again. Don't forget he has Yamato though as well. Definitely a very important ability later on in the game.
Okay, sieging up now. A little bit of misplay here by Cure. Kind of overextended, went into the siege tank line. But again, I got to say, Cure is holding his own. The problem is if you watch, this game continue to fan out, TY is putting more and more and more pressure.
Yeah.
Cure is constantly on the defense here.
It definitely feels like TY has been a step ahead the entire game.
Yeah. By the way, we are running out of bases on this map.
It's true. TY actually has the rich geyser base in the center.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Nice
Now
move warping in and Yamatoing those down.
And actually, TY just pushing right through the center here.
This is almost a backbreaking move. He took out so much of the anti-air.
Yeah. God, look at these battle cruisers again. Just a huge headache. And you know, the Vikings are not fast units, despite them being air units. They are among the slowest units in the game. So it's actually very hard for the Vikings to ever catch up and actually deal directly with the battle cruisers. And I love this. He just warps them right back over a planetary where they're safe. There's SCVs to repair both the planetary and the battle cruisers. He repairs, rinse and repeat.
And now TY just starting to tear Cure apart everywhere. Cure is trying to fight back, trying to defend what's left over here.
And I think we might be getting close to TY having a closer here. Right? I mean, this is nearing the end, I believe. I have to say, though, Cure is actually such a good player. Like, he is really able to hang on. It's really quite impressive.
Yeah. No, he's playing very well. There's no doubt about it. It's just, TY is like a specialist in this matchup, I feel like. He's just so abnormally strong at TVT. Well, the thing is, he's so strong at all the matchups, but... I mean, you saw the finals he had against Maru.
Yeah.
What about his play? What about innovation? What about innovation's
play?
play?
God, guys.
All right, the Vikings are coming up now. And it looks like, again, another CC goes down. Slowly, Cure is starting to flatten. I have to say, again, he's doing an insanely good job, though, hanging on. But we're seeing him fray at the seams, and he just eventually taps out. GG, TY wins game 1.
Yeah.
Again, cementing the belief we really all knew was true, is that casters are truly
the greatest.
The greatest.
So, and it's game 1. The pro gamers still have a little bit of a shot here.
Yeah, the pro gamers, they're all coming together saying, come on, we should be better than the casters because we actually play and they talk about our games.
That's true.
They talk about our games. They're all saying it together.
Yeah.
We have to be better than the casters because they explain our strategies to the general public, the common nerd.
I'm into that. We'll see if he can pick it up
The
on Acropolis.
Joe six-pack nerd, you know? Your average American nerd who's worried about how he's going to put food on the table for his family.
Probably by watching lots of GSL.
Surely the pro gamers can beat the casters. But the thing is, the casters are so good at talking that it's hard. It's hard to know who could truly be better at the game. They speak so clearly.
Most of them.
Most of them. It's true, most of them. Not all of them.
Jin Air Green Wings, Cure.
But how would talking about the game in front of everybody instead of playing the game in front of everybody at the highest level, how could that make you better than the people that are supposed to be the best?
That's what we're trying to figure out here.
But at the same time, everybody's watching going, I knew this was true. The casters are really the best at the game.
That's what they're saying.
I knew it all along.
Yeah.
Sometimes nerds are trying to fall asleep, but they can't stop thinking about it. I mean, the casters they've got to be the best, right? And here's TY doing it again. Can't believe it.
Yeah. It was a fluke, that 0-2 against Trap. Was a fluke.
Yeah.
God wasn't mad at TY. He would have won that as well.
But when you think about it, Artosis, I mean, Trap would probably be a really good caster, right?
It's true. He looks like he'd be a good caster.
He looks like he'd be a good caster.
Probably much better than at pro gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all coming together now. You know, whenever
you're so silly, Taste.
Whenever we do,
my child, that's what I tell you right now. You are so silly. I'd give you a little tickle.
You know that there's at least one person watching this that doesn't know sarcasm that is going to tweet at us angrily.
More than one.
Yeah. Because you know, I just don't. How could you guys possibly think that?
Doesn't make logical sense. Yeah. This game, by the way, opening up kind of interestingly. Cure on the 2 gas. Looks like he's going very tech heavy here. We'll see what he wants to do with that. I feel like this isn't going to be anything highly aggressive right now. It might be something that jumps him forward to like Ravens or something like that, so he can hit some sort of timing. But the map is so long, it's hard to imagine unless he makes a proxy Stargate. Ooh. That would make sense.
Maybe up at the top.
Maybe, but if it gets scouted, isn't he going to be in a lot of trouble?
Probably.
Let's see if he makes it.
Do it.
He's bringing his SCV down.
He's just going to make a CC? Yeah.
No, I guess he's just scouting with that.
That's weird.
I don't know about Cure's build here. It's so like, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, here comes the bunker, and he is going to get the kill on this SCV before it finishes. The Hellions going to come up. This is going to put TY actually in a very, very problematic position here.
Yeah, he has to finish this.
Yeah, if he doesn't finish the CC, it's very hard to see this game able to move to the next level. He actually might want to just target down these SCVs almost. Okay, he does not have any infantry to fill that bunker up in.
Yeah.
And so this attack has failed. He actually lets the bunker finish.
And then the CC on the other side gets delayed by the Reaper.
Wow, look at TY.
What is this build exactly? What is the strategy that we're seeing from Cure? Because it seems to have fallen pretty flat on its face.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, this does not look good.
TY's so good. These casters, man, I tell you. You know? Ooh. I still want TY to win this entire tournament and cast himself in Korean. You know what? Do it in English. Cast it in English. Himself winning the GSL finals. I have too much stuff and he can't stop me. I'm unbeatable. GG. I'm the champion.
This is what we're living through right now is actually all of Tasteless's fantasies about himself.
Yeah.
Tasteless is the GSL
You're
champion.
the champion, Tasteless. Go kiss that trophy.
So, I'm trying to figure out what Kier's build has truly done for him.
Okay, Kier's going to double Expo. But there's a drop here from TY coming right towards these SCVs. And I feel like things are really falling apart here for Kier this game.
It's not looking that good.
Oh, he better be careful. Okay, that Widow Mine is still hot.
Man, that's tough too.
There's actually... Oh, he should have unburrowed there. Yeah, I forgive him.
What a fool. That did a lot of damage, though. He's just so far ahead in every single way.
So, can Kier really pull it together? This is actually a pretty big blow that he's taken. Actually, a couple big blows, and he's double expanding, which is a little bit awkward. You can take a pretty big beating if you're doing 2 bases, but when you're trying to take 3, which means you're mostly just going to be spamming out SCVs and trying to, begin to get the benefits of this. To take some hits like that early on is actually pretty bad.
Well, he's a little bit lucky in the fact that TY is going for a 3rd base as well, so it doesn't seem like TY is going to be able to really attack him very well. And TY's 3rd is not on location, so you can make a little bit of a closing on the SCV difference, right?
Yeah.
So in a few ways I can see this being, for a bad situation, better for Kier than anything else. You know what I mean?
So we've got another drop that's about to be outbound. Huh?
Nothing.
What, did I ignore what you said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Artosis.
That's okay.
I actually spaced out there for a little bit. I was back imagining my me winning the GSL and casting it. Yeah. Sorry, and then I came back to this game.
Tasteless actually...
Try it again. Ask me the question again, Artosis.
It's gone now.
It's gone?
Okay.
It's over?
Yeah. It's all done.
Is it like, what was the question? My favorite color? Oh, it was about the game? About the game we're casting? Was that what it was?
What's your favorite color?
Okay. Red, because it's TY. TY's going to come out here now. And we're going to see if Kier's ready for this push. Now, neither player has stim here, so the battles can't be that explosive.
Yeah. And TY does have that drop coming around the other side, so I think he's looking to just pull him into the wrong direction. Of course, the double Raven can be very helpful here indeed.
Oh, just barely gets underground here, and that's going to be a pretty big hit. Not as big as I thought.
Yeah.
Those are not probes, huh?
No,
We've been casting too many PVTs.
Yeah.
Okay, so now TY again is slowing down the mining progress here on these 3 bases. Stim is, again, not far from being around the corner. He's going to chuck down some auto turrets. This is going to go ahead and take out these tanks if he targets correctly, and he is. Looks like the last one is just barely going to kill it. Beautifully done. He's going to wait for these auto turrets to expire and then push up the ramp.
Yeah, very nice. Another siege tank coming out for Kier, but this is a great position that TY is gaining right now. An auto turret comes down to zone those Marines, at least for a moment. How do you break through this, though? TY's push looking so deadly.
Yep, continuing to do a lot of damage over here. He's now in this position where the 3rd command center, I don't think, can be saved. There's no way, even if he tries to repair it, for it to get back home with this many Vikings above. GG, TY again. Just proving those doubters wrong. It's the casters.
Damn good.
Watch out for those casters, man. They're a tough group of pros.
Well, a tough group of 1.
Yes, army of 1.
Yeah. Well, TY looking very, very strong today, no doubt about it. I think Kier played a nice day, but that matchup, I feel like he would have had a better shot against Trap for sure.
Looks like Sue's going to get paid for another day of casting.
Oh, he's happy with every
he's
time
happy
TY
with that.
moves forward, that's for
Even
sure.
though he's our number 2 caster, Sue, always number 2 here. We're going to go to an interview now with TY and see how he's feeling. Andy?
Hello guys, we're gonna have an interview with TY, the 2nd winner of tonight's match. Congratulations. Thank you.
네, 먼저 8강 소감부터
First of all,
들어보겠습니다.
how do you feel going up to round of 8?
일단 조가 잘하는
Well, first
선수들이
of
너무
all,
많아서
my
힘들
group
거라고
consisted of
생각을
lots
했고
of
또
proficient
도기가
players
패자전에서 워낙 좋은
and
경기력
Cure showed excellent performance in the
더욱더
losers
힘들겠다
bracket,
생각했는데
so I knew
아무래도
it's gonna be an arduous game.
최종전인 만큼 제가
But since it's a final match,
한 것도 있고 도기가
I
진짜
did
많이 해서
try to
이길 수
play
있었던
at
것
ease,
같아요.
and that's
오늘
why I won.
최종전 태태전에서 정말 완벽한 태태전
In the final
이후에도
match, you
또
showed
매끄러운
immaculate
태태
performance in the
전환까지
TVT.
잘 보여주셨는데요. 그렇다면 오늘 승자전 좀 아쉬움이
And in the
있으신가요?
winners match, you did lose.
일단
Were you disappointed?
스스로 너무 조급하게
Well, I
플레이를 좀
felt
많이
like
했던
that
것
I did
같고
play it too fast,
많이
too quickly,
보완해야 될 부분이 많다고
and
느꼈고
there are
아직
some
프로토스전이랑
parts where I have to
저그전이
really
패치가
improve.
됐는데도 제가 아직 적응을
And I
많이 못해서
don't think I'm really
많이
adapted to the
연구를 더
patch
해야겠다는 생각을 했어요.
perfectly.
자, 아직
So I
많이
need to work on
연구
that.
필요한 것 같다 이야기를 하셨지만 프로토스전 아주 멋진
But in
심리전도
that match
저희가
against
볼수
Protoss,
있었습니다.
you've shown
김준호
really good
선수와의
performance.
경기에서
And in that
아주 멋진
match against
심리전이었는데요.
Hero,
전진병영 심리전을 하고 이후에
you've shown proxy barracks,
은폐댄시 기가 막혔습니다. 그
and
심리전은 어떤 배경이었나요?
you went for another really
사실
wonderful
준호 형이
performance in the
워낙에
next one.
공격적으로 플레이를 잘 해서 오늘만큼은 준호 형한테 지더라도
Today,
많이 져왔기
You know,
때문에
I've lost to Hero a couple of times
준호
before,
형이 생각한 대로 플레이를 해주기 싫었고
but I
그게
didn't want to play
잘 먹힌 것
out the
같아요.
game in a way that
이렇게
Hero
김준호 선수와의
anticipated.
상대 전적도 극복할 수가 있었는데요. 자, 최종전 이렇게 멋진
And in the
태태전을
final match,
보여주신
you've shown
만큼
great TVT
다음
performance.
8강전
And in the
정말
round of
쉽지
8,
않지만
it's gonna be a really hard
기대되는
one as you're gonna go up against
선수와의 태태전입니다.
Keen.
아, 네, 박영
Honor,
선수와의
Dark.
경기가 예정되어 있네요. 벌써 결승전 같은
So now you know
그런
that feels like a almost
어떠신가요?
like a finals match. What do you think?
영우를 한번 혼쭐을 내주고
Well,
싶긴
I
한데
felt like I need to really punish Dark, but he's a stellar Zerg, and since the Zerg is looking so strong right now in the recent patch,
이길 수 있을지
I'm unsure as to if I
모를 것
can
같아요.
win
정말
currently.
굉장히 많은 천적이 있지만
You know,
그중에
there
가장
are
큰 천적은
lots of really strong
박명호라고
players,
생각을 해서
but I feel like my
영우만
biggest
넣으면
enemy
충분히
is Dark.
결승도 갈 수 있지 않을까
So,
생각을 하고 있습니다.
Whoever wins, I think can go to the finals.
영우를 넣으면 결승 갈 것 같다 이야기하셨는데요. 마지막으로 팬들에게
And
한마디
last of all,
들어보겠습니다.
would you like to say anything to the fans?
일단 지난 시즌에 너무 일찍
Well, first of all,
떨어져가지고
last season I was eliminated too quickly,
높이 올라가는 모습
so
보여드리고
this time I'm
싶고
gonna
아직
try moving on further.
만족하고 싶지 않아요.
And I just don't want to be
8강은
satisfied
많이
with a
와봤기
round of
때문에
8,
8강 이상으로 가고 싶고
since I've made it here quite often.
올라가서 블리즈컨까지
So
진출할
I
수
will
있도록
try to make it to the
열심히
BlizzCon as well.
준비하겠습니다.
네, 다시 한번
Once
8강
again,
진출 축하드립니다.
congratulations on making it to the round of 8. Thank you.
You notice that eye
네, 이렇게
contact he
2위
had with the
진출자
camera?
스파이스 전태양
He's
선수
good.
That's a
만나봤는데요.
caster skill.
기조 경기 최종
That's a
전에까지
caster skill. You learn that skill. All right. That's one thing they say about casters is they have great eye contact.
Creepy sometimes even.
Yeah, eerie.
Creepy eye
Yeah.
contact.
So here, no, you do it.
So here's our results.
Did I do it? I should have done it. I would have been better if I did it. But
No,
all right,
you should have
yeah,
just
yeah,
done
yeah.
it. You're not supposed to let this happen to me.
In front of all these people.
Yeah. You're supposed to take care of me in these situations.
Okay, we have 4 of the players in the top 8. It'll be Dark versus TY and Keen versus Trap.
That's a crazy matchup.
Ooh, man.
Can't
What
wait
if
to see
Keen
that.
can move to the Final 4? He looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, Keen's strong. He is strong. And there's a lot of trap games out there to study.
But TY, how many more days of work is he going to give to Sue? He needs to stop winning this tournament and get back to casting.
Is he going to lose his health insurance because he's only part-time? I don't know.
He certainly won't have dental covered with the number of days he's missing for work here, Artosis. All right. We're going to be back on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. KST, where Solar will be wearing his special combat tie for us.
It's amazing.
And Rogue will be hosting a speed dating TV show for you, all right? Stats will be building a birdhouse out of a rare mahogany wood, and Maru will be serving your fries at brunch. Did I do it?
I didn't know if you were going to get a good Morrow one, but you did.
Just in time.
You really delivered today,
I did it. Yeah.
You nailed it.
It's good to have you back, Artosis. This was a fun day. And, yeah, TY looking very good. Again, if you're here in the studio and you're listening to us, hang on to your tickets because we are giving away – I'm supposed to have this memorized. A photo book. Don't tell me, production. A photo book, a jersey. That's it. And that's it. No jersey, T-shirts. Okay, that part they didn't tell me. That part, I do not accept any responsibility on
I
that one.
literally have it on tape because I always tape our production meetings. So, anyways, that was a fun day at GSL. It went faster than Group A, obviously.
Well, I think everything moves faster than Group A. All right. I was pretty sure the polar ice caps had melted by the time we were done with Group A. That was a long group.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Good games. I like the round of 8 so far. I think it's really exciting to have Keen up there. I'd love to see him rise up right now.
Yes.
And that's it.
Guys, that's all the time we have. Until Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. KST. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. We love you. We will see you for Group C of the GSL Code S. Bye-bye.
Let's make it count.
I must practice tolerance. Next. GSL Season 3. Reversal.